We are pleased to welcome you to our LPBW update channel on YouTube. We are currently discussing a narrative that has caused a significant stir within the Little People Big World fan community. This narrative is a narrative of betrayal, sorrow, love, and a surprising turn of events that caught everyone off guard. Amy Roloff and Chris Merricks, the couple that we believed was destined for a happily ever after, have officially divorced. And if that wasn't startling enough, there are rumors that Chris Merricks has already married a covert girlfriend to whom he has moved on. Certainly, you have heard it correctly. Chris Merricks wedded her covert companion. Prepare yourself for a roller coaster of emotions, action, and unexpected twists and turns in this narrative. Let us commence. Amy Roloff has been the spirit and soul of Little People Big World since its debut on TLC in 2006. Amy, a businesswoman, a mother of 4, and a beacon of resilience, captivated our hearts as she navigated life on Roloff Farms with her then-husband, Matt Roloff. After nearly 30 years of marriage, their divorce in 2016 was a devastating blow to their supporters. However, Amy's rekindling of love with Chris Merricks was akin to a second opportunity at contentment. We believe that their wedding at Roloff Farms in 2021 was a fairy tale moment. Today, we are exposing the underlying factors that resulted in the dissolution of their marriage and the shocking revelation of Chris's covert companion who became his wife. This narrative recounts the loss of love, the revelation of secrets, and the beginning of a new chapter that has left admirers in a state of disbelief. Let us revisit the origins of the situation. Just 1 year following Amy's traumatic divorce from Matt Roloff, the love narrative between Amy Roloff and Chris Merricks commenced in 2016. Amy was not seeking affection, as you are aware if you have viewed the program. Amy was intent on rediscovering herself after 27 years of marriage, 4 children, and the emotional turmoil of filming a reality show. However, destiny had other ideas. In 2016, Amy encountered Chris Merricks, an endearing real estate agent with a warm expression and a passion for motorcycles, at a pool party. Their initial date was an exhilarating motorcycle ride that Amy subsequently characterized as a ball on Little People, Big World. It was a moment that evoked a sense of renewal, a burst of happiness following years of anguish. Chris differed from Matt in numerous respects. Where Matt was ambitious and concentrated on the farm, Chris appeared to be disinterested in the limelight, supportive and laid back. His embrace of Amy's world, from her family to her life on camera, was greatly appreciated by fans. He also established a relationship with Amy's ex-husband, Matt, which was a significant accomplishment in light of the tension that had arisen following the divorce. In a 2018 episode, Chris and Matt were observed engaging in jokes together, prompting viewers to exclaim, "Wow, this individual is authentic." He is seamlessly integrating into the Roloff family and bridging gaps. Amy and Chris were inseparable by 2019. He proposed to her on September 19, 2019, at their preferred restaurant, mere days following Amy's 55th birthday. The ring, a diamond with a heart-shaped design, was precisely what Amy had always desired. Fans were overjoyed when she responded affirmatively. Their engagement served as a beacon of optimism for those who believed that love could never blossom again following a tragedy. However, organizing a wedding was not an effortless task. The COVID-19 pandemic caused a delay in their plans, and Amy, who is a perfectionist, was determined to ensure that everything was executed perfectly. In the presence of 146 friends and family members, they eventually exchanged vows on August 28, 2021 at Roloff Farms. The day was enchanting. As Amy walked down the aisle to a melody composed by Chris's best man, Rick Hines, and the couple danced to the Macy Guard bands at the conclusion of the day. Amy stated to People magazine, "Our wedding day is a special day, but our marriage is a lifetime together." This love seemed to be a guarantee that would endure indefinitely. Amy and Chris appeared to prosper over the subsequent years. Amy was granted a new beginning when they relocated to a $589,000 residence that was situated away from Roloff Farms. Amy's charitable endeavors and culinary brand were bolstered by Chris. Amy Roloff's diminutive kitchen. Amy shared glimpses of their life, including date nights, motorcycle excursions, and cozy evenings with her grandchildren on social media. A woman who had discovered her happily ever after was observed by fans. However, behind the scenes, fractures were beginning to emerge, which would ultimately result in the dissolution of their marriage. Amy and Chris were no exception to the rule that no marriage is flawless. Although their love story appeared idyllic on Little People Big World, there were indications of trouble that viewers did not fully recognize until recently. We should deconstruct it. Initially, the challenge was to integrate their lives. Amy, a reality TV celebrity with a public persona, lived a life that was deeply rooted in the Roloff legacy, faith, and family. Chris, on the other hand, was a private individual and a real estate agent who was not accustomed to having cameras follow him at all times. Amy acknowledged in the initial episodes that she was still in the process of determining the meaning of courting following her lengthy marriage to Matt. In the meantime, Chris was attempting to navigate a relationship with a woman whose life was being scrutinized. It was not always a simple task. Amy revealed in a 2021 episode that their preferences occasionally diverged and that the wedding planning process was difficult. Fans attributed it to the typical dynamics of a couple. However, in retrospect, it serves as a reminder that their aspirations for the future were not always in harmony. The shadow of Roloff Farms is another concern. The property continued to be a significant aspect of Amy's existence, even after she sold her share of the farm to Matt following her divorce. Chris, who had no prior association with the farm, occasionally appeared to be an outsider in that environment. In a 2022 episode, he acknowledged that he felt like an interloper when Amy and Matt collaborated on farm events. It was a subtle indication that Chris was experiencing difficulty establishing his footing in the intricate family dynamic of Amy. Then there was the dynamic between Matt and his fiancée, Karen Chandler. Amy and Matt's divorce was acrimonious, and despite their efforts to maintain a cordial co-parenting relationship, there was always tension. It was unexpected that Chris and Matt formed a strong rapport. Amy occasionally found it bothersome that it was executed so well. In a 2024 episode, a producer criticized Chris for discussing Amy with Matt behind her back. Fans observed Amy's distress, despite the fact that the incident was presented as a lighthearted moment. Was Chris's proximity to Matt excessive? Did he experience a sense of being trapped between Amy's past and her present? These inquiries began to emerge in online fan forums. Rumors began to circulate in 2023 that Amy and Chris were encountering difficulties. Fans observed that Chris was less frequently featured on Amy's social media platforms, and there were fewer simultaneous appearances on Little People Big World. There were some who suspected that the couple had momentarily separated in 2020, as Chris was absent from Amy's social media posts for a few months. They dismissed it as a scheduling matter at the time. However, we now understand that there was more to the narrative. Amy and Chris were said to be leading separate lives by mid-2023, according to sources close to the couple, acquaintances, and former crew members who have chosen to remain anonymous. Amy was dedicating more time to her charitable endeavors and spending more time with her grandchildren, while Chris was immersing himself in his real estate business and frequently traveling for work. The emotional and physical distance was increasing. In early 2025, the final straw was thrown. Amy discovered text messages on Chris's phone that suggested an emotional connection with another woman, according to sources. Amy initially attempted to disregard it as a misunderstanding. Amy was resolute in her resolve to salvage this marriage, as she had previously experienced a traumatic divorce. However, the harassing communications persisted, and by March 2025, Amy confronted Chris. The discourse was emotionally charged, fervent, and catastrophic. Chris acknowledged that he had developed a close relationship with a colleague from his real estate firm with whom he had been collaborating for several years. Amy was surprised. Chris was her lifelong mate, she believed. The treachery drove Amy to divorce in April 2025. Amy and Chris initially kept quiet about the news. Fans noticed Amy's mysterious Instagram postings and perseverance and forward-thinking statements. Clearly, something was wrong. The announcement came in May 2025. Chris Merricks and Amy Roloff divorced. Amy posted a joint statement on Instagram. With sorrowful hearts, Chris and I have chosen to split ways. We appreciate the love and memories we shared and want privacy. The fans were shocked. How could this stable marriage break up so quickly? Theories flooded the Little People Big World subreddit and newspapers. Reality TV strains were blamed. Some people saw Chris's connection with Matt, while others wondered whether there was another person. They were right. The settlement of the divorce was kept private. Amy, who is worth $4.55 million from her TLC career and Roloff Farms, presumably left with their joint home, while Chris, who makes money from real estate, kept his assets separate. The procedure was peaceful but emotionally demanding for Amy, sources said. She relied on her family, especially Zach and Tori. Zach hinted at his mother's sadness in a June 2025 Raising Heights episode, stating, "Things were rough with her for a spell, but she's the strongest person I know." Tori said Amy was trying to be the best granny to cope with the sorrow. Amy worked hard, uploading additional dishes on Amy Roloff's small kitchen and preparing a charity event. But the ache was clear. Amy wept before a producer during Little People Big World's final season in early 2025, saying, "I thought this was forever." Really did. Fans showered her with support on social media. Chris moved on unexpectedly as Amy picked up the pieces. The plot takes a shocking turn here. A few months following the divorce, reports circulated that Chris Merricks was dating and married a real estate business colleague, whom we'll name Lauren to protect her privacy. Sources close to Chris say Lauren is a professional and charming early 50s real estate agent. She and Chris collaborated on high-profile Portland projects for years. After a professional connection, they began spending time together outside of work by late 2024. Chris and Lauren bonded over their love of real estate and need for privacy, according to insiders. Chris had a quieter life with Lauren than with Amy. The pair attended industry gatherings. Chris and Lauren married in a tiny Oregon wedding weeks after the divorce in June 2025. The wedding contrasted with Amy and Chris's 2021 proposal. Just a few close friends and family, no cameras or TLC special. An attendee called it sincere and personal. With Lauren wearing a modest white dress and Chris seeming happy than in years, Amy's supporters were shocked to learn of Chris's marriage. People vented their fury at Chris and pity for Amy on social media. Fans claimed Chris was cheating on Lauren according of their relationship history. His supporters said that he and Amy had naturally grown apart. One Instagram user said Chris moved on quickly. Did he wait for the divorce papers' ink to dry? Another said Amy deserves better. Chris and his secret lover can hide. Fans argued about whether Chris betrayed Amy or found her a better fit. New news hurt. She hasn't commented on Chris's recent marriage, but friends say she's concentrating on family and faith. She posted a snapshot of her grandkids on Instagram with the remark, "These are the moments that matter most." Classic Amy. Strong, optimistic, and determined to find joy despite sorrow. How did Chris move on so fast? Lauren was a hidden girlfriend, or did this start after the divorce? The chronology appears suspicious, but the truth may never be known. How does Amy proceed? Little People Big World viewers know Amy Roloff survived. She's overcome obstacles. Her divorce from Matt, her mother's 2019 death, and the challenges of public parenting. This divorce is another challenge, but Amy remains strong. She devotes herself to Amy Roloff Charity Foundation, which helps foster youngsters and disabled individuals. The light of my life, her 7 grandchildren, are also getting more time. Amy reminded Satch on a recent Little People Big World episode, "Life doesn't always go as planned, but you keep going." Fans have openly supported Amy. One Instagram user called Amy inspiring. "She shines despite her hardships." Christopher, "Amy's got this," posted. The Queen. Amy, who has always said she loves her fans, has been saved by the outpouring. Chris and Lauren have focused on their new life together, avoiding the limelight. They may move to a calmer Oregon town away from Roloff Farms, according to sources. Little People Big World ended in 2025, thus they may never answer the rumors. Next generation Roloffs were prioritized. Zach and Tori raised 3 kids. Jeremy and Audrey are expecting their 3rd, while Jacob and Isabel are raising Mazzio. The TLC spotlight has moved on from Amy, but her narrative resonates. She shows that grief can strengthen you. While Chris Merricks' recent marriage raises issues, Amy's journey continues. Amy Roloff and Chris Merricks' divorce and Chris Merricks' marriage to his secret lover show that even famous figures have private issues. Millions are inspired by Amy's perseverance, love for family, and dedication to change. Chris's new chapter with Lauren may be his fresh start, but it's also caused him fan anger and questions. What do you think of this stunning turn of events? Do you support Amy or Chris telling this story? Did Amy Roloff force Chris Merrick to quit? Post Real Estate and Little People Big World preview. Amy confesses seeing ex-Matt and Karen in Arizona is difficult. Amy Roloff discusses fan interruptions. People report Roloff encounters. I'll explain everything. Little People Big World is the longest-running TLC show. Little People Big World Yabu debuted in 2006 at 20 years long. All family members have different life experiences. Amy Roloff is one. She and Matt split up despite their important roles in the program. While there, Amy met Chris Merrick. After becoming friends, they started dating and married. His success as a real estate broker and Amy's spouse is well known. Chris may have quit his job, according to rumors. Did Amy Roloff force him? Like Amy and Chris, this is Little People Big World Yelg's most honest love tale. Their friendship became love and they married 3 years later. Many admire their bravery, and Amy's social media posts often show her husband helping her or eating her meals. Bike riding is another Chris Merrick pleasure. Amy and her husband had seen photos from her riding excursion recently. Watching Chris and his partner spend their free time together has piqued their interest in his profession. They suspect his leaving for his wife. Chris is a real estate agent, according Little People Big World and online sources. Keller Williams is his real estate firm. Chris Merrick's $1 million net worth is surprising, according to TLC. He is financially secure. Whether he resigned is uncertain. Chris seldom uses social media, so we won't know anything about his work until it's out. Fans are thrilled for the couple since they're attempting new things and succeeding. Chris and Amy's antics have entertained Little People Big World fans and social media users for 3 years. They openly admit to being full-time explorers. They ride cars regularly, with the former lending the latter his bike. Amy posted about being stranded in a rural Nevada region on social media. Every time their bike's battery expired, it happened. Amy published a piece online. She asked for aid when others saw their story. Soon after, Rob volunteered to drive them to the shop and back to replace their battery. Amy thanked the Lord again for letting her travel. Chris and Amy have received much love and gratitude. Due to their love for life, fans are smitten. The second's job is unknown. Little People Big World preview. Amy says seeing ex-Matt and Karen in Arizona is difficult. Amy Roloff and Chris Merrick visit her ex-boyfriend Matt Roloff and his girlfriend Karen Chandler in Arizona. Visits to their Arizona home were no picnic. Amy says, "There's too much history for me," in this exclusive peek of Little People Big World's June 28th episode. Chris always sees the bright side. Chris excitedly promises Amy it will be fun. He looks excited about it. Amy may discover that Matt and Karen are fun. Chris claims it's somewhat more complicated. Guess who? My ex. Do not act like nothing happened. This is his girlfriend, putting on a front. Amy responds, "I just want to go cautiously." Chris and Amy arrive in Arizona. Honestly, I just want to go cautiously. Chris and Amy arrive in Arizona. Matt patiently awaits them outside. Matt and Karen gladly show them their home. Matt brings them to Tori and Zach's old bedroom. Matt said, "We get along with Amy and Chris," in an interview. "I always hoped for this. Zach and Tori should visit Arizona so we can all have a mini vacation." Unfortunately, that won't happen soon. Zach's discussions with Matt to buy his mom's farm stake went through, causing family difficulties. Each of us is linked, but that's reality. My family need my attention. My connection with Tori ended. Because he's grandpa, we want him in our kids' lives. But Zach thinks it will be different. Fan tales about Big World actress Amy Roloff and small people. It was addressed how the Roloff handled disrupting fans. Amy Roloff informs her readers that she and other celebs strive to be calm when talking to celebrities in public. Your "So You Think You Can Dance" reaction? Following Judge Jojo Siwa's claim that beer was nasty to her at a premiere party years ago, the Lil People Big World actress responded on Candace Cameron Beer's video this week. After detailing how the former Dancing Moms actress called her the rudest star, Candace advised her viewers that even a TikTok trend may be damaging since words and deeds matter. JoJo remarked of the guy she was following when she mentioned Candace. "We all influence others," she finished. Famous people and celebrities supported Candace in her article, including Amy, who wrote about her fan interaction. Amy noted that it might be hard to stop and say hi to everyone when we are working, socializing, or just enjoying being out in public with loved ones. Do our best. Like Candace, I enjoy meeting new people, learning about them, and photographing their personality. Though we hope not, there may not be time to welcome everyone. Nevertheless, it happens. Amy said that fans interrupt her while she's with friends. Allow her some alone time by waiting a few minutes instead of seconds. We try our best and impact others by our words and actions. Amy's daughter-in-law, Amy Roloff, shared her support for Candace in the comments. Her message emphasized her love and appreciation for him further. Very beautifully said. In reaction to her comment, Little People Big World fans and skeptics shared their stories with Amy and her family. "I met you on the farm a few years ago, and you were the most wonderful to my daughter Hannah and myself. Your words of encouragement to her will always be with me." Amy's reader thanked her. "Despite knowing that working in the pumpkin patch is the hardest job in the world, you have always been kind. I appreciate it." "Good day, Amy," said another. "I laugh at your fame and rudeness." "Still, excellent effort," someone said. Someone who lives near the family in Hillsboro, Oregon, criticized Amy and her family, who has to deal with the camera crew and be advised not to approach them while they shop at Fred Meyer in Hillsboro like God. "Having a reality celebrity in town is annoying. Sorry," said the individual. "I avoided your relatives. You have no clue how entitled Roloffs are to groceries. All I wanted was them."